This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, shall we start up the session?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we are supposed to discuss period end processes or month end processes. In the last session, I was mentioning that there are three period end processes in general. One is execution of cost center distribution cycle and assessment cycle and settlement of internal orders. So we'll look into one by one. What is distribution cycle and when it is used? What is assessment cycle and when it is used? And what is internal order? What is the purpose of internal order? And what are all the settings do we require to see the scenario called internal orders? Okay. First, let us discuss about distribution cycle. But before discussing distribution cycle, look at these points which I have mentioned in the Word document. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So if you look at the scenario which I have taken, which I am considering, I am assuming that there are two wings in an organization, production wing and service wing. Nothing but production department or production section, production departments, and service section or service wing. Okay. In production wing, I am assuming that there are three cost centers: production 1, production 2, and production 3. Nothing but these three cost centers will perform production activities. They will be engaged in manufacturing activities. And the second wing, service wing, I am assuming, in service wing there is one cost center called service 1 cost center. Okay. So service cost center, basically the service cost center, which I have named it, which I have coded as SERVC1. I'm assuming that the service cost center will render or will provide required services to the production 1, 2, and 3 departments. I repeat once again, assuming two wings, production wing and service wing. For easy understanding of the concepts, I'm taking this scenario. Production wing and service wing. In production wing, I'm assuming that there are three cost centers named production 1, production 2, production 3. There is one more wing, service wing. In this wing, I'm assuming there is one particular department, one particular cost center, service 1 cost center. This production 1, 2, 3 are the cost centers which will perform production activities, which are engaged with production activities or manufacturing activities. Okay, they will do production activities. And service cost center, that is service 1 cost center, which will provide purely services, and it will provide services to the production departments. That means service 1 is a cost center which will perform some service activities. Whatever the services required by the production 1, 2, 3, all those services will be provided by the service cost center to the production cost centers. Therefore, production cost centers will perform their production activities without any interruption. I repeat once again, service cost center is providing services to the production 1, 2, and 3 cost centers. Therefore, production cost centers will perform production activities without any interruption. So for smooth functioning of production activities, some services will be provided by service cost center. So for providing services by service cost center to the production department, listen to my explanation very carefully, please. For providing services by the service cost center to the production cost centers, service cost center will incur some expenses because it is performing some activities. Providing services means it is performing some activities, it is doing some activities, it is completing some activities. As it is completing some activities, to complete the activities or to perform the activities, we know very well that some expenses will be incurred, correct?
Yes.
Right. So whatever the expenses incurred by this service cost center, whatever the expenses incurred by this service cost center, that service cost center has incurred these expenses to render services, to provide services to the production cost centers 1, 2, 3. Therefore, production cost centers will be able to perform production activities without any interruption. That means what will happen in real time is, first, service department has provided some services to the production departments. For providing services by service department, service cost center to the production cost centers, service cost center must have incurred some expenses. So whatever the expenses incurred by the service cost center, I repeat once again, whatever the expenses incurred by the service cost center, those expenses will be booked, those expenses will be processed against service cost center only. Later on, whatever the expenses incurred, whatever the expenses booked against service cost center, those expenses will be distributed, will be transferred, will be shared to production 1, 2, 3 cost centers. I repeat once again. Initially, whatever the expenses incurred by the service cost center, those expenses will be booked or recorded against service cost center. Later on, the expenses booked against the service cost center will be transferred, will be moved, will be distributed, will be shared among production 1, 2, 3 cost centers. Why? My question here is, why the cost incurred by the service cost center shall be borne, shall be distributed to production 1, 2, 3 cost centers? Is there any reason?
Because it is providing services to all the production units.
Correct. It is providing services to all the production units or production cost centers, and production cost centers are the beneficiary cost centers. Production cost centers have taken some benefit. They have received some services from the service cost center. That means service, whatever the expenses or whatever the cost incurred by the service cost center, those expenses have been incurred by service cost center to benefit production cost centers. Therefore, the cost incurred by the service cost center must and should be distributed among production 1, 2, and 3. So how that distribution will be done? That distribution will be done either using distribution cycle or using assessment cycle. Okay, so that means the transfer, the distribution of cost or expenses incurred by the service cost center will be done, will be distributed among the production departments either by using distribution cycle or by using assessment cycle. So here I have taken an example. Just in theoretically, I have mentioned whatever I have discussed so far. Assume service one cost center SERV1, I named it as SERVC. Let's say cost center has provided services to production cost centers, and for that incurred expenses of rupees 1 lakh. Therefore, the expenses incurred by the service cost center will be booked oblique processed against service one cost center, and then the booked expenses must have to be shared or borne by the production cost centers. Hence, to share oblique distribute the expenses from service one cost center to production cost centers, SAP has provided two options. One is distribution cycle and another one is assessment cycle. So the point here is to understand distribution cycle or assessment cycle. Any cycle can be used, but why these two options will be used? These two tools will be used means in order to distribute the cost from one cost center to another cost centers. So basically, this distribution cycle or assessment cycles are the cycles which will be used to distribute, which will be used to share the cost incurred by one cost center to another cost center or another cost centers. So that is the purpose of distribution cycle and assessment cycle. It is to distribute the cost incurred by one cost center to another, to other cost centers. Okay, so that is why we use distribution cycle or assessment cycle. Anyone can be used. So first let us see distribution cycle. Okay, so before that, take some points. Cost center distribution cycle. Cost center distribution cycle. In this, point number 1, distribution cycle. I won't be using cost center distribution. I'll be using only distribution. Okay, as and when I'm using distribution cycle, you should understand that I'm explaining about cost center distribution. So distribution cycle is used to distribute oblique share the cost of one cost center to other cost centers. Next point. In general, these are very, very important theoretical points, please. In general, the cost from which the cost center from which or whose cost is distributed is called as service providing cost center. Number 3, the cost center to which the cost is distributed oblique shared is called as service receiving cost center. Continuation. Service receiving cost center is also called as recipient cost center or receiving cost center or beneficiary cost center. I repeat once again, distribution cycle is used to distribute oblique share the cost of one cost center to other cost centers. In general, the cost center from which or whose cost is distributed is called as service providing cost center, which is also called as service rendering cost center. Providing or rendering, any terminology can be used. Next, third point, the cost center to which the cost is distributed oblique shared is called as service receiving cost center. Service receiving cost center is also called as recipient cost center or receiving cost center or beneficiary cost center. Next point, point number 4. Distribution cycle can be with SKF. I'll explain what is SKF, or without without SKF. Distribution cycle can be with SKF or without SKF. Then the term SKF stands for statistical key figure. Statistical key figure. So that means the point here you need to understand here is distribution cycle can be with the SKF or without SKF. The term SKF stands for statistical key figure. Then the question comes, what is SKF or what is statistical key figure? Maharaj, have you heard about this word?
No, sir.
Okay. So statistical key figure. Basically, what is statistical? After explaining statistical key figure, I'll go for explanation of distribution cycle. Okay, because it's a very small concept. Statistical key figure. See, SKF, statistical key figure. Basically, you know what is statistical key figure, but you don't know that you know it. That is the point. I repeat, you know 100% what is statistical key figure, but you don't know that you know the what is statistical key figure. Let me explain with an example. Okay, assume, sir, listen to my example carefully. Example of SKF. Sir, you have taken a house for an rent of rupees 50,000 per month. In that house, let me not call it as an house, let me call it as an home. In that home, there are 4 rooms with equal rooms which are divided with equal space oblique dimensions. Okay, see, look at the example very carefully. If you can understand, if you can read this very well, you will understand what is statistical key figure. You have taken a home for a rent of rupees 50,000 per month. In that home, there are 4 rooms which are with equal space or equal dimensions, because the size of each room is same. Okay, that is what is the meaning. Suppose, giving this information, if I ask how much rent you are paying for one room in that home, what is your answer in that case?
50 divided by 4.
50 divided by 4, what will be the answer? 50 divided by 4 is equal to 12,500, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that means you as soon as I asked a query, what is the rent of each room, what you have done internally is you have done like this: 50,000 divided by 4 is equal to 12,500 per month per room in the home. That means internally what you have done is you have shared that 50,000 equally, like this: 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. Correct? You have taken 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1 as the basis to arrive the individual room rent in that home. So what is the base you have taken here? 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. Why you have taken 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1? On what basis you have taken? Let me give some more information. Each and each individual room size is 100 SFT. Each individual room size is 100 SFT. In that case, 4 rooms, therefore total SFT is 400 SFT. So for 100 SFT it is how much? 12,500. So you must have done like this: 100 is to 100 is to 100 is to 100, which can also be represented as 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. Correct?
Yes.
So to divide the rent, to arrive the rent of one particular room, you have taken some aspect, you have taken a particular factor as the basis. By taking a particular aspect as the basis, you could able to distribute the rent among the rooms. So the factor, the particular factor you have taken as the basis, in technical terminology, it is called as statistical key figure. So what is statistical key figure? Statistical key figure is the base on which the cost will be distributed. Here 50,000 rent has been distributed based on 100 SFT, 100 SFT, 100 SFT, 100 SFT. That means square feet is the basis which you have taken, which you have considered to distribute the rent among the rooms, among the individual room. Therefore here SFT, square feet, is the base. Square feet is the particular aspect you have taken as the basis. Therefore SFT will be considered as the statistical key figure. So statistical key figure can be meters or SFT, liters, number or sets or whatever it is. So the point here to you need to understand here is, what is statistical key figure? Statistical key figure is the base on which the cost will be distributed. It can be SFT, it can be feet, it can be yards, it can be numbers or sets or whatever it is. So it represents a particular aspect basing on which the cost has been distributed. I hope I'm clear with my explanation as far as concerned to statistical key figure, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, right. Now let us see distribution cycle without SKF first. First we try to understand distribution cycle without SKF, then we will understand with SKF. Okay, so put the heading distribution cycle without SKF. That means I don't want to use SKF. Without using SY, I want to distribute the cost. You can distribute, but how it will be done? What are all the settings that we require? Okay, so in this step number one, please do remember this kind of people will, when it comes to the distribution of the cost, majority of the faculties or majority of the consultants will explain only assessment. They do not explain distribution, please. Even in SAP certification course as well, I'm talking about. Okay, so distribution cycle generally people will not explain, but even with SKF nobody will explain. So I have, out of my experience, whatever the experience I have gained, whatever the scenarios I have seen during my real-time experience, I have planned course content like this. Okay, so one consultant must and should know distribution cycle as well as assessment cycle, and both should be seen, both should be understood with SKF and without SKF. Okay, so first let us try to understand distribution cycle without SKF. Without SKF, in this step number one, step number one, create four cost centers, four cost centers using KS01. This is not a mandatory step. For simplifying the concept, I'm trying to create cost centers newly. Create four cost centers using KS01. Continuation. Cost centers with the codes PRODN1, PRODN2, PRODN3 and SERVC1. SERVC1. For easy remembrance sake, I am doing that, please. Okay. So create four cost centers using KS01, cost centers with the codes PRODN1, PRODN2, PRODN3 and SERVC1. Okay. So give KS01 in the command box. Give KS01 in the command box. Press enter. Press enter. Press enter. So I'm naming it as PRODN1. PRODN1. You need not have to, you can use your own code, but just I'm giving PRODN1. Then valid from, give the first day of the financial year 01/04/2019. 01/04/2019. Press enter. Press enter. Give the name PRODN1. Description. Production cost center 1. Production cost center 1. Person responsible, let's say Manisha. Department production. Person responsible Manisha. Department production. Cost center category. This is very important. Cost center category number 1. Give 1. With this one, system will understand that cost center PRODN1 is related to production activities. PRODN1 will be understood by the system as production related cost center with the help of cost center category. So give 1. Then hierarchy area. Hierarchy area means in the cost center standard hierarchy where it should appear. It should fall under which category. So just for your information sake, for your clarity sake, let me open cost center standard hierarchy. This is our cost center standard hierarchy. We have production and service wings. In production, again, we have production east, production west, production south, production north. So just in production east, we have machine assembly. Similarly in west also, similarly in south also, similarly in north also. Okay. In production, in machine, we have created A1, A2 cost centers. Okay. So let us create under machine EW. Am I clear so far? I want to create production 1, 2, 3 cost centers under machine west. Okay. So I am giving machine west here. Machine west. What is the code for that? What is the code we have given? MACHINEW. So MACHINEW. MACHINEW. Here. Machine W. Then currency, give INR. Currency, give INR. Click on save. Click on save. Ignore the warning message that is profit center accounting active but no profit center specified. Just ignore the message. Press enter. Get the message cost center has been created. Cost center has been created. So as per this step, how many production cost centers we require? three production and one service. So far we have created only one production cost center, production 1. So let us create one more, that is production 2. But before creating production 2, just I would like to show you the standard hierarchy. Hope you are with me, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have created under this, no, machine W. Machine W we have created. Just I'm going back, pressing enter. See, it must appear here, machine W, PRODN1. Visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Though it is saying no valid master record, no need to worry. System will take some time to pick up the text. Okay. So let us create one more cost center under the same group, machine EW. And I'm naming it as production 2. Production 2 valid from 1/4/2019, presenter. Production 2, production cost center 2. Person responsible, let's say Manisha. Department production, cost center category 1. Hierarchy same, machine EW. Give the currency INR. Click on save. Ignore the warning message, press enter, and get the message cost center has been created. Cost center has been created. Now one more cost center I need to create. But before creating production 3 cost center, let me see this hierarchy. Just I'm going back, pressing enter. If I see in West, under machine, 2 cost centers, production 1 and 2. Right? Let us create one more. Production 3. Valid from 1/4/2019. Presenter. Production 3. I'm naming it as production cost center 3. And person responsible, let's say Mehraj. And department production. Cost center category 1. 1 indicates production. Next, hierarchy area. Same. Machine EW. Give the currency INR. Click on save. I'm going fast because you know the process. Click on save. Ignore the warning message, press enter, and get the message cost center has been created. You can see the message on the bottom left side. So as we have created 3 production cost centers under West, if we go and see, there must be 3 cost centers in West. Production 1, 2, 3. Clear? Next. So 3 cost centers we have created with respect to production. I'm going to create one more which is under service category, and I would like to name it as service 1. Okay, so same, service 1, SCRCV1. Give cost center code SCRVC1. Cost center service 1. Valid from 1/4/2019. Valid from 1/4/2019. Press enter. Press enter. I'm naming it as SCRVC1. Service cost center 1. Person responsible, let's say Mehraj, and department is service. Person responsible, department, and cost center category. This is something very important here. It should not be 1 because it is not related to production. It is related to service department. So therefore, let us give 2. Second one, service cost center. Then hierarchy area. Hierarchy area, before giving the hierarchy area, let me show you the standard hierarchy. So I would like to give under service wing. Okay, so service wing, service, then currency INR, click on save, ignore the warning message, press enter and get the message cost center has been created, So we have created 4 cost centers: production 1, 2, 3, and service cost center, service 1. Just I'll show you for your information sake once again. See here, under this 1, 2, 3, and under this service 1 cost center. Okay, right. Next step number 2. Step number 2. Maintain number ranges for execution of distribution cycle. Maintain number ranges for execution of distribution cycle. Using KANK. So give KANK in the command box. Press enter. Give the controlling area MMI1. Click on change groups or maintain groups. It's in groups icon with a pencil icon. Groups tab with a pencil icon or pen icon. So click on maintain groups. Write down very carefully, please. Select actual controlling documents checkbox. Write down very carefully. Double click on RKIB. Write down very carefully, please. Double click on RKIB, RKIL, RKIU, RKIV. I repeat once again. Double click on RKIB, RKIL, RKIU, RKIV, and RKL under not assigned section. They are in this section, not assigned section. Under not assigned section, I repeat, double click on RKIB, RKIL, RKIU, RKIV, RKL under not assigned section. Click on assign element group tab. Click on assign element group tab. See, once you click on this assign element group tab, whatever the codes we have double clicked under not assigned section, they have come and sit under actual controlling documents. You can see here RK, I, IB, IL, IU, IV, RKL. Okay, so click on save. Click on save. Ignore the message. Ignore the message. Press enter. Ignore the message. Press enter. And get the message changes have been saved. Get the message changes have been saved. Next step. Step number 3. This is something very important, please. Step number 3. Step number 3. Give star mark. Create distribution cycle. Create distribution cycle using KSV1 or KSU5. 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 KSV1 or KSU5. This is very, very important step, please. Yeah, please take down the path. SAP Easy Access. SAP Easy Access. Accounting. SAP Easy Access. Accounting. Controlling. Cost center accounting. Cost center accounting. Period end closing. Period end closing. Period end closing. Single functions. Single functions. Single functions. Single functions. Then allocations. 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 Then double click on KSV5. Sorry, it is V5, not U5. Please change the KSV5. Double click on KSV5 distribution. Double click on KSV5 distribution. KSV5 distribution. Double click on that. I said double click, sir. Please do write carefully. So double click. It will take some time, please. Yeah. So click on extras. Click on extras on the main menu. Visible, please. Extras. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay. So click on extras on the main menu. Then cycle. Then click on create. Click on create. I repeat once again. Go to extras in the main menu. Then cycle. Then click on create. Create. and give the cycle name. It's a alphanumerical code. So just I'm giving DISTN1, DISTN1 or DISTR1, distribution one cycle, distribution one cycle. Then start date, just to give the first day of the financial year, 01042019. That means this cycle is valid from the beginning of the year. By giving 1/4/2019, system will understand that this cycle is valid from 1st April 2019. That is the starting day of the financial year. So give start date. You can give today's date as start date as well. So start date 1st April 2019. As I was mentioning, cycle, it's an alphanumerical code. You can use all alphabets or numbers or combination of both. Then start date 1/4/2019. Press enter. Press enter. Give the text. Give the text. Some text. Just I'm giving distribution cycle 1. Distribution cycle 1. Next, see here, before going further, I have given the text as distribution cycle 1. Distribution cycle 1. But before that, see, look at here, start date we have given to date. System has taken by default 31st March 2020. That means system has given 31st March 2020. If you want to keep the date given by the system as it is, you can keep it. Or if you want to change, you can change, because it is an editable mode. It is not grayed out. This to field is not grayed out. It is still in editable mode. So if you want to keep the date given by the system as it is, you can keep it. Or if you want to change, suppose by this what system will understand, see, from date is April 2019 to 31st March 2020. That means system will understand that whatever the cycle we are creating, that is valid for 1 year from 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. Suppose if you want to make use the same cycle in next year as well, simply what you can do is you can change this to date. You can give 21. By giving 21, 31st March 2021, system will understand that the cycle is meant for 2 financial years. Getting my point? So like this, for what period you would like to use this distribution cycle, for that period you can maintain. I hope I'm clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then click on attach segment. Click on attach segment tab on the top left. Click on attach segment. Then segment name, just I'm mentioning segment 1, distribution cycle segment 1. You can have multiple. Segment is nothing but leg in a cycle. Leg. You can have multiple legs. Okay. You can create multiple segments. So segment 1, distribution cycle segment 1. Okay. Then receiver rule. Here, this is something very important. Receiver rule. Select here receiver rule. Keep it as it is, variable portions. Then next point is very important. Click on senders oblique receivers tab. Click on senders oblique receivers tab. Second tab. Right. So here you should give sender cost center. You can see sender cost center, receiving cost centers. So sender cost centers, just I'm giving PRODN1 to PRODN2. PRODN1 and PRODN, sorry, not 2, 3. PRODN1 to PRODN3. That means beneficiary cost centers are production 1, production 2, production 3 cost centers. Then cost elements just give 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 99. All expenses GL accounts I am giving 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 99,999 cost elements. Sender, sorry, here it is not production 1, please. Sender cost center, no. Sender cost center means service rendering cost center, service providing cost center. So it must be service 1, SERVC1, SERVC1, service 1. Then cost element 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 99. Then receiver cost center, here it must be PRODN1 to PRODN3. PRODN1 to PRODN3. That means I am defining production 1, production 2, production 3 cost centers as the recipient cost centers, beneficiary cost centers. And I am defining service 1 cost center as the rendering cost center, service providing cost centers. That means service 1 system will understand that service 1 cost center will provide services to production 1, production 2, production 3 cost centers. By understanding like that, system also understands that the cost incurred by the service 1 cost center will be distributed among production 1, 2 and 3 cost centers. Understood my explanation, please?
Yes.
Okay, then click on sender values tab. Click on sender values tab. Sender values tab. You don't need to do anything in this. Click on receiver tracing factor. This is very important. Receiver tracing factor. Click on receiver tracing factor. Click on receiver tracing factor. One second. Receiver tracing factor. Click on receiver tracing factor. Look at here, variable portion types, actual cost, scale tracing factor, no scaling. We are not able to understand this properly. Okay, so leave it as it is and click on this last here, visible. I'm keeping my cursor on that. Click on this last icon. Last icon and click on segment header. Click on segment header. Click on the segment header and get the message maintain fields cost element. Maintain fields cost element. Ignore the message. Ignore the message presenter. And here in cost elements give 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 99. 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 99. 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 99. Now click on segment header. Click on segment header. Here receiver rule. Select fixed percentages. Select fixed percentages. Select fixed percentages. Fixed percentages. Click on receiver tracing factor tab. click on receiver tracing factor tab, and here you need to maintain the percentage. See where from this production 1, 2, 3 has picked up by the system. Did we give these cost centers in any of the tabs?
Yeah, in
Senders
receivers cost
oblique,
center.
yeah. Under receivers category, we have maintained, we have given production 1, 2, 3. So here just I am mentioning percentage, let's say 50, 30, 20. I am giving my own percentage 50, 30, 20. Total, we should ensure that total should come to 100. That means here I have against production 1 I have mentioned 50 percentage, production 2 against production 2 30, against production 3 I am maintaining 20 percentage. That means what I am telling to the system is, from the service cost center, from the service cost center's cost, take or distribute 50% to production 1, 30% to production 2, 20% to production 3. That means if the cost incurred by the service 1 cost center is 1000 rupees, let us assume from that 1000 rupees 50% of the 1000 rupees will be distributed to production 1, 30% of the 1000 rupees will be to production 2, 20% of the service 1 cost to production 3 will be distributed by the system. Understood clearly? Right? So you need, it need not have to be 50, 30, 20. It depends on the business requirement. Okay. Now click on senders oblique receivers tab. Click on senders oblique receivers tab. Receivers tab. Click on formal check icon. Here it is something looking like an what do you call, weighing machine. Weighing, visible? Hello, is it visible please?
Yes.
Yeah, so click on formal check icon. Formal check icon and get the message formal cycle check was successful. Get the message formal cycle check was successful. Formal cycle check was successful. See, as we got the message, as system has thrown the message formal cycle check was successful, that means whatever the settings so far we have done, those settings are in correct procedure. Those settings have been done in correct procedure. No mistakes have been done. So this system, this message, when you are practicing also, after clicking on this icon, you should get this message formal cycle check was successful. So once you got the message saying that formal cycle check was successful, it means that whatever the settings so far we have done, those settings are correct as far as concerned to this particular distribution cycle. Am I clear? Right, please. Yeah. Okay, so continuation. Click on save. Click on save icon. It's looking like a floppy. Click on save. Press enter. Press enter and get the message cycle has been saved. I did not read the complete text. Simply I'm reading it as cycle has been saved. Cycle has been saved. Okay. Right. Next step. We have created a distribution cycle with one segment, with one leg. Likewise, you can have multiple legs, multiple segments. So step number 4. See here, we have created Cycle means what? What is the cycle code we have given? DISTR1. Now using this DISTR1, we can distribute the cost of service cost center to production 1, production 2, production 3 cost centers. Am I clear? Right. Now let us see next step. Step number 4. Post expenses, post oblique process expenses to the costs to this to SERVC1 cost center, post oblique process expenses to SERVC1 cost center using F-02, using F-02. So give F-02 in the command box. Give F-02 in the command box. Give F-02 in the command box. Press enter. Give the date, today's date, document date, document type SA, company code R company code MMI1, posting date, today's date, posting period will be 5. We have entered into August, so 5. Currency INR, posting key 40, I'm giving 3,01,000 rent expenses, some expense. As we are available with 2 GL accounts, rent and salaries, I am taking an example of rent. 3,01,000. Press enter. Give the amount 1 lakh. Change the cost center. Write down carefully. Change the cost center from MACHPREA1 to SERVC1. Change the cost center from MACHPREA1 to service cost center. Give the service 1 cost center. SERVC1. Text rent processing to the service 1 cost center. Posting key 50. 1,01,000. Press enter. Press enter. Give star in amount field, plus in text field. Give star in amount field, plus in text field. Click on document on the main menu. Click on simulate. Click on post. Right, so we have processed expenses to the service cost center. Next step number 5. Display service cost center balance. Service cost center balance using, what is the T code for cost center balance display? Transaction code, please.
KSB1.
Correct. Excellent. KSB1. KSB1. Display service cost center balance using KSB1. So give KSB1 in the command box. KSB1 in the command box. Press enter. Press enter. Give the cost center. Give the cost center. Service cost center, that is SCRVC1. And don't give any other details. Don't give group element or element group. Just give cost center service 1 SCRVC1. Click on execute. Click on execute. See, this is the cost, this is the expenses booked or incurred by the service 1 cost center, assuming that these expenses 1 lakh rupees of expenses have been incurred by service 1 cost center for providing services, for rendering services to production 1, 2 and 3 cost centers. I repeat once again, I'm assuming that, see, these are the expenses incurred by service 1 cost center, that is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh is the expenses, 1 lakh is the cost incurred by the service 1 cost center to render, to provide services to production 1, 2 and 3 cost centers. So as this 1 lakh rupees, as the cost of 1 lakh rupees is incurred by the service 1 cost center exclusively to provide services to production 1, 2, 3 cost centers, the cost incurred by the service 1 cost center must and should be distributed, must and should be transferred to production 1, 2, 3 cost centers. Are you getting my point, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means what? Now what we have to do, this 1 lakh has to be distributed to production 1 and 2, 3 cost centers. So to distribute this cost of service cost center among production 1 and 2 and 3 cost centers, we will use distribution cycle. So we will, now what we have to do is we will have to execute distribution cycle. By executing distribution cycle, the cost of service department, service cost center will be distributed, will be transferred to production 1, 2 and 3 cost centers. Let us do that now. So next step, step number 6, execute distribution cycle. Distribution cycle, DISTR1, DISTR1 to distribute, sorry, DSTR1 using KSV5, using KSV5 in order to distribute the cost of service cost center to production cost centers. I repeat the step description. Step number 6, execute distribution cycle DSTR1 using KSV5. KSV5 is the transaction code, in order to distribute the cost of service cost center to production cost centers. Okay, now take down the path. SAP Easy Access, SAP Easy Access, SAP Easy Access, accounting, accounting, controlling, controlling, cost center accounting, cost center accounting, period end closing, period end closing, period end, which is also called as month end, single functions, single functions, allocations, allocations, single functions, allocations, allocations. The next, allocations. Then double click on KSV5 distribution. Double click on KSV5 distribution. KSV5 distribution. So double click on that. Give the period. See, you can see one as soon as you double click on the KSV5, as soon as you double click on this KSV5 distribution, we will get a screen called execute actual distribution. Initial screen visible.
Yes.
Okay. So in this period, just give what is the current period? 525, right? Current period is 5. We are in August. We have started from April. April, May, June, July, August. That means April is the first period. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from period give 5 and to period also give 5. 5, 5. Current period shall be given, Manisha. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Fiscal year 2019. Fiscal year 2019. Write down very carefully. Ensure that test run and detailed list checkboxes were already selected. I repeat, ensure that test run and detailed list checkboxes are already in selection mode. Once again, I repeat, write down very carefully. Ensure that test run and detail list checkboxes are already in selection mode. Clear so far?
Yes.
Right. Then here you are able to see a field cycle visible.
Yeah.
Cycle. So give the cycle which we have created, that is DISTR1. Just click on this drop down button. System will pick up the cycle automatically. You don't need to type the code of the cycle. You don't need to type it. Just click on this drop down button. System will pick up the cycle automatically. I'm clicking on this drop down button. Observe whether system is picking it or not. Picked up, right? Okay. So system has picked up the distribution cycle, right? Then continuation to the notes. Click on execute. Click on execute. Click on execute. It will take some time, please. See, get the message. Please write down. Get the message. processing completed without errors. Get the message? Processing completed without errors. Processing completed without errors. What does it mean? Processing completed means without errors means no mistakes. Processing completed means what? What does it indicates? Why we are
People
performing
have
this?
been transferred.
Correct. The cost of service cost center must have been transferred to production 1, 2, and 3 cost centers. Okay. So get the message? Processing completed without errors. Continuation page, not yet over. Click on back. You can see here before clicking on back, senders 1, number of receivers 3. Okay. So click on back. Once you click on back, system will says leave list. Then click on yes. Click on yes. Remove test run. Remove test run or uncheck test run. Uncheck test run. Remove or uncheck test run. So far, whatever we have done only test run. We haven't done actual run. Okay. So why do we have to do test run? By doing test run, we will come to know if there are any mistakes. Okay. In the test run, we are successful. System has given there are no error messages. Processing has been completed without errors. That was the message given by the system. That means we are completely clear. So now we are doing actual run. To do actual run, we have to remove this test run checkbox. We have to uncheck this test run checkbox. Continuation. Click on execute. Click on execute. It will take time, please. Get the message. Write down very carefully. Get the message. Processing status update run. Processing status update run. Get the message? Processing status update run. Processing completed without errors. Processing completed without errors. Processing completed without errors. Processing completed without errors. That means we have executed a distribution cycle. By executing distribution cycle, the cost of service cost center has been distributed, has been shared to production 1, 2, and 3 in the given ratio 50, 30, 20. That means if we go and see service cost center should show how much balance? 1 lakh or 0? 0. Correct. 0. Let us ensure that. Step number 7. Important, conceptually important, but stepwise it is very easy step. Display service cost center balance using KSB1. Display service cost center balance using KSB1 and ensure that the balance is 0. The balance is 0. Display service cost center balance using KSB1 and ensure that the balance is 0. So give KSB1 in the command box. Give KSB1 in the command box. Press enter. Press enter. Give the cost center service 1. Cost center service 1. Click. Do not give any other details except cost center. Click on execute. Click on execute. click on execute. The point you need to observe here is as soon as we click on execute, this cost center should show zero balance. Let's see. Please observe that I'm clicking on execute button right now. So click on execute. See here, it has become zero. Visible?
Yes.
But why it is showing 3 times rent account 50,000, rent account 30,000, rent account 20,000? Why it is not rent 1 lakh?
Because it has been distributed among three in the ratio 50,000, 30,000, and 20,000.
20,000 to 3 different cost centers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that means this 50,000 must be against production 1, 30,000 against production 2, 20,000 against production 3. Correct? Right?
Yes.
Let us also see that step as well. Step number 7, again star mark 8. Display production cost centers balance using KSB1, production cost centers within brackets PRODN1, comma PRODN2 and PRODN3 balance using KSB1 and ensure that the cost has been transferred from service cost center to production cost centers. I repeat the step description once again. Display production cost centers balance, that is production 1, 2 and 3 using KSB1 and ensure that the cost has been transferred from service cost center to production cost centers. Just for our clarity sake only, it must have been transferred. Okay, so give KSB1 in the command box. Give KSB1 in the command box, press enter. Give the cost centers from cost center PRODN1 to cost center PRODN3. PRODN1, PRODN3. See, are we looking into only 2 cost center balances or 3 cost centers?
3.
3. But here I have given production 1, here I have given production 3. Only 2, no?
No, this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it is
1,
2.
2, and 3.
Yeah, correct. So click on execute. Click on execute. You can see here 50,000 production 1, 30,000 production 2, 320,000. See, from one service cost center, system has distributed cost to production 1, 2 and 3. Why it has distributed only to 1, 2 and 3? Why not to some other cost centers? We have some other production cost centers as well, right, in the system. If you look at the standard hierarchy, just I'll open that. See, we not only have production 1, 2, 3 production cost centers, we also have, these are also production cost centers. Machine 1 and machine 2 are also production cost centers. But why system has considered only these 3 cost centers? Why it has not distributed to A1 and A2 production cost centers? What is the reason? What could be the reason?
Because we have given that sender and receiver cost center.
Exactly. While creating distribution cycle, yeah, we have mentioned 1, 2, 3 as the receivers. We have not mentioned A1, A2 as the receivers. Therefore, system has considered only 1, 2, 3 production cost centers while distributing the cost of service cost center to this. Clear? Right. So far clear, please.
Yes.
Right. So whatever we have seen, distribution cycle without SKF. Now let us see distribution cycle with SKF. B. Distribution cycle with SKF. Statistical key figure. Statistical key figure. So what is this distribution cycle? How is this distribution cycle with SKF? We'll continue in tomorrow's session. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Sir,
Maraj, please.
yeah, I have some doubts. I told you.
Please. Yeah. Just one
Shall
second.
I disconnect?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Thank you.
1 second, sir. I'll make you as a presenter.
Okay.
How can I do that? I don't think. Now you can show your screen, sir.
Is it visible?
Now it is visible, sir.
Okay, this is the one.
Please go ahead. Mm.